Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well today. Today is Thursday, April 15th. And welcome to my Awaken Stretch. Every morning in April, we'll meet and show up for each other. Just to be able to show up and do, if you're trying to start a home practice, here for you if you don't know how to do X, Y, or Z, or you just need examples of what it means to have a home practice. I'm generally here for about a half an hour or so. Sometimes I get ambushed by Zeus, the German Shepard, and sometimes it's nice and calm without him ambushing me. So we'll see what happens this morning. He is outside chilling. It's a nice cool morning here, relatively speaking. For those of you in the US, it's probably about 75, 76 outside, but it'll get really warm once the sun is up in about a half an hour. Anyway, I'm not sure why I'm talking about the weather. Maybe there's not much else to talk about. So not sure what's going to happen today, but I will narrate as I always do. And you are welcome to join me through this practice, whatever comes up. I do have my tennis ball over there on the mat, and I think I'm going to work on the feet first. So if you have a tennis ball or a hard rubber ball or a myofascial ball, go ahead and grab it, and we'll move to the mat. I'm going to clean my feet off first before stepping on the mat. And then all there is to this is taking the ball and putting a little pressure on the foot and rolling the foot out. This helps to open up the fascia in the feet, provides a nice massage. Don't forget about the heel, the ball of the foot. And if the tennis ball happens to shoot across the room, so be it. So what have you been doing with this time at home? Are you working? I know I have some teacher friends who are busier than ever, doing their lesson plans, trying to sort out how to teach online. And I mean school teachers, not necessarily yoga teachers, because this is a much different realm than trying to teach elementary or high school kids via the internet. But I'm interested to know what are you guys doing while you're at home, besides yoga, of course. Are you working on any projects? Are you cleaning your home? Are you watching Netflix, Hulu, YouTube? No judgment by me by any means. I'm just curious as to what everyone else is doing at home. Because although we are connected, we're kind of disconnected at the same time. All right, so a few more seconds here with the feet. I'm going to hide this tennis ball because Zeus has his own, and if he comes in here, he's going to snag mine out like that. Alright, so my tennis ball is away. I'm going to come back to my mat, and I think I'm going to start in child's pose. I like an open-kneed child's pose in the morning because it allows the torso to fall in between, and it doesn't put so much pressure on the belly. Now, if you do have any digestive issues in the morning, bringing the legs to parallel will help to compress that area, and it'll help things move along. But I also like this open knee position because I can feel the inner thighs opening, I can feel my lower back a little bit, and it's just a little bit more comfortable. As you can see here, I'm giving a little rock from side to side. This just gets fluid moving, the joints moving, just a little bit more on a deeper level. So it's not a huge movement, just a nice gentle rock. All right, I'm going to come to stillness And come into a full child's pose, forehead onto the mat. This targets more of the shoulders, the upper back, and the arms. At least in my body. I mean, everybody's body is different, so you may feel this differently. From here, I'm just going to roll up and come to a seated position. Any seated position will do. I'm just going to work on my shoulders a little bit, get them to moving. Take a little deltoid stretch. Again, I'm not going to my deepest, just a nice gentle opening. And sometimes playing with this hand, the rotation of the arm will change the stretch in the upper arm. So feel free to play with that. And from here, I'm going to take that good old tricep stretch. Give a little side bend with it too. Gently release that down. And I'll switch to the other side. And again, playing with the position of the straight arm hand. Playing with the rotation to see what else I can feel in the shoulder and in the arm. Just going to gently release that out and then go into the tricep stretch. Taking an easy side bend. And if it is evening for you, it's also beneficial to be doing these stretches before you go to bed. It does allow for a little bit more sound sleep. So I'm going to take a little seated cow and cat here. And I need to let go of the arms. It's about the torso and the spine. The hands are just here to have them be somewhere. So what I'm trying to do here is when I come up and fill up with air, I'm really trying to expand the ribs in every direction. And then I'm exhaling out every little ounce of air I can. One more time. And coming up to a nice neutral spine. And then take a little bit of a side stretch here. Nice and gentle. Getting more into the waistline, less into the ribs and shoulder. Inhaling as I come up and exhaling as the side bend happens. Again, using the entire length of the breath. One more time each side. And moving into a nice twist. Going to the right first. Inhaling through center. Exhaling as you twist. One more time each side. And gently coming back through center and then exhaling, taking an easy forward fold. And right now I'm really into not being, or not moving into inversions, so keeping the head higher than the heart, or at least parallel with the heart. I'm really missing my chiropractor these days. Although she's on the other side of the world, so there's not much that I can do about that, even if we were not in this quarantine and stay at home mode. So Dr. C, if you were watching this, I miss you. Right, coming back up. I'm going to switch the legs. Now, this is my non-dominant side, and it always feels a little bit awkward, but I'm going to embrace that. Embrace the awkward. And exhale and fold forward. Trying to let the hips relax, let the glutes and the inner thighs kind of let go, and let whatever's going to happen, happen. One more breath. And gently coming back to vertical. Closing the legs. And I think I'm going to roll like a ball a little bit here. Excuse me, my morning voice is making its appearance. So if you are into Pilates or you know Pilates, you're going to come into a little bit of a teaser position or boat pose for the yogis. And it's a balance on the sacrum. So there's energy here between the hands and the shin bones. I'm pressing my legs up, my hands down. I'm going to roll like a ball, meaning that I'm not going to go past my shoulders as I roll back, and keeping the core engaged. I'm trying to energize myself a little bit, because let's just be honest, I'm a little sleepy today. There's no excuse for it, but it happens. So I'm going to take an inhale here, exhale here, and as I inhale, I'm going to roll back towards my shoulders. And exhale as I come up and try to catch the balance. Inhale as I roll back. And exhale, balance. I'm going to do this a few times. And it's nice to have a little suspension at the top parts on the shoulders and the hips. Whoa! Went a little too far that time. One more roll should do it. I think I lied. I'm going to roll one more time and then come up onto my feet. What? And then take an easy forward fold, keeping the head lifted. And try to keep my head in the screen today. I'm going to take a few pliés here. For my non-dancers out there, all it is a bend in the knees and a straighten. So I'm going to inhale as I bend. And then exhale as I straighten, and I'm going to try to keep my ribs connected to the thighs. Inhale as I bend and lift the head. And then exhale and stretch. Inhale and bend. Exhale and stretch. And if for you it means that you're up here, awesome. As long as you feel a stretch, you're in a good place. I'm going to do a few more of these. I'm just going to move myself up a little bit, keep my right foot where it is, and the left leg is going to reach back, moving into a low lunge. One of my favorite things to do in the morning, if you've been doing this with me every morning, you know that already. And from here, I'm going to take it into a little bit of a lizard pose. So I'm going to bring my right hand up to the thigh, walk the right foot out a little bit so there's more width from right to left. This creates more space in between. And I'll lift up through the chest and then flex my ankle and outwardly rotate just a little bit so I feel more sensation through the inner thigh. This allows me to twist a little more through the spine and get more sensation in that lower hip flexor, the one on the left. Back through center, and part of my back on this one. I'm going to tuck the back toe and lift the knee and turn it into a side lunge. So my weight stays on the right, left leg straightens and outwardly rotates. And take a gentle fold here, keeping the head lifted if you'd like, or you can let it drop forward, whatever feels good for you. From here, I'm going to come up, come back through the high lunge and move into half Lord of the Fish, which is a twist. So that left knee comes under and across, sit on the left hip, and then spiral around to the right. Now I am trying to sit on both sit bones here. This provides a nice stretch through the glutes, the IT band of the top leg, and of course the twist through the spine. Come back to that high lunge. Gently lower the knee down to the low lunge again. Weight comes onto the left hand. I'm making a fist here so that my wrists are a little happier. The right arm is going to come up, and I want more of a quad stretch, so I'm going to reach back for those toes. And this is the same kind of twist through the spine as I did to start off with in that semi-lizard-like pose. From here, I'm going to gently press it back onto the knee. Thank you for the wall for the balance. And coming into half monkey. So again, I'm going very gently. It's the first time I'm doing a single hamstring stretch as opposed to both legs. So this puts a lot more stress on the leg itself. Toes pull up for a little more stretch through the Achilles tendon and calf muscle. Both hands, both hands to the inside of the leg, coming into tabletop, and then plank and staying in plank for about 3 breaths. Okay, so lifting the hips slightly, so you're sticking that booty up in the air. I'm going to take the left foot and step it forward. It can be the outside of your hand, it's just fine to do that. And then find low lunge. And we'll find that open lizard. So left hand to the thigh, walking the left foot out a little bit, flex the ankle, and start to outwardly rotate from the hip joint. So imagine this as one piece, and it comes from the joint at the top. Giving a nice twist through the spine. Letting the right hip drop down to open it up. Gently coming back through center. Tucking the back toe, finding high lunge, and then opening it up to that side lunge. So weight is now on the left Right leg is straight, either staying upright if that's where you feel it, or folding forward. Gently coming up, finding high lunge again, and half lord of the fish, so tucking the right knee underneath, spiraling around to the left. Gently bringing it back to the high lunge, then low lunge, and taking the quad stretch. So weight onto the right hand, left hand reaches back and connects. Getting a nice twist through the spine as well. Gently bringing it back, pressing onto the knee. I almost forgot that half monkey on this side, but you don't want to be lopsided. So lifting up through the torso and then gently moving forward. If you're hearing more traffic, today is a curfew-free day. So it means that from 6 a.m. our time until about 4 p.m. our time, people are free to go out and do their food shopping, take care of any essential things that they need to. And after 4 p.m., it is back to curfew. No one's allowed out anymore until the next curfew release day, which we'll probably find out later. From here, both hands to the inside, sweeping the leg back, finding plank once again. Staying for 3 breaths. I'm going to open my feet just a little bit more, a little further apart. I'm going to take that side plank, same thing as I did yesterday. So this time I'm going to go to the left first, releasing the right hand, rotating, and staying here. Coming back to regular plank as one piece, so no spiraling. And shifting to the other side. Coming back to regular plank. And taking a quick vinyasa. Well, not quick, who am I kidding? We're going to lower down, knees, chest, chin. Releasing the feet, inhale, cobra. Exhaling, lowering down. That felt good. You're going to take 2 more of those cobras. I'm really trying to lift out of the belly, out of the lower back when I come up. And exhaling down. I'm going to press back to child's pose once again. I'm going to stack my hands and release. That way my shoulders can relax a little bit. One more breath here. And then rocking back into a squat. Inner edges of the feet together. This is becoming my new favorite way to stand up. I'm pressing into the legs and coming to standing. And here's where I stretch out my feet. Get a little opening through the toes, arches of the feet, tops of the feet. Oh, that's a nice spot right there. All right, I'm coming up to the top of the mat. Let's shake it out a little bit. All right, I don't know what to do next, what to do next. I think I want a little warrior two. So I'm gonna move over here just so that I can face you. I'm gonna step back with the left, right leg is in front. And come into a nice warrior two. From here, rotating the right hand, coming into a reverse warrior. Coming up and moving into triangle pose. I think I want a little bit of a balance here, so I'm going to move into half moon. My head is most likely going to leave the frame of the camera. And just know that my right hand will be underneath the right shoulder if you can't see that. And yes, I'm leaving that top arm in the bind. It's just a choice. You could have it under your waist or extend it up, whatever works for you. And I'm trying to lighten my touch with these right fingertips to see if I can actually let the fingers float instead of connect to the floor. Haha. From here, softening the knee, coming back into warrior two legs, inhaling as I bring the head up. Exhaling, hands to the waist. I'm going to rotate my legs to come to warrior two on the other side after I shake my hips out. So warrior two on the other side. Inhaling the left palm, exhale, reaching up and back, reverse warrior. Coming up and moving into triangle pose. So from here, I'm going to come into that balance on the other side. Left fingers underneath the left shoulder. Right arm can go where you'd like it to go. Same thing here, I'm trying to make the touch of my fingers on the floor lighter and lighter, so that means that I'm energizing the rest of the body even more. Gently coming back to warrior two legs. And I am going to do one major forward fold here. We're going to see how this feels on the old noggin. So the legs are wide, moving into Prasarita. You can do this with a straight spine as well. I'm going to see what it feels like to be upside down. I'm not sure how that's going to go today, but we'll find out. Inhaling as you lift, exhaling, bending at the hips. far so good. I hope it's good for you too. If you are an inversion-free person, then you can keep the spine lifted halfway. Make sure in this pose that your weight is in the middle of the foot. You don't want it back on the heels. Two more breaths. Inhaling, lifting halfway if you are folded. Exhale, bend the knees and then rotate the legs outward so the heels come in and bring your forearms to the thighs. A little bit of a shift from side to side here. And coming back through center, bringing the torso upright and moving up to vertical. Heel toe the feet together, give it a good shake. I'm going to come back down to a seated position. Through a squat. Arms go out in front. Lowering down, open the knees, and plump. So a little bit of a bound angle pose from here. But I think instead of getting intense in the hips, I feel like my hips are pretty open at this point. I'm going to give a little bit of a side bend here, which in this position can be tricky because when you go into the side bend, I'll show you what I mean, the right hip is going to want to go whoop and lift up. So the tricky part here, I actually am going to use this right hand, just gently press down. It's less about the hip and more about the side. So if your torso is forward, you're really going to feel this along the spine. But if you can sit up and rotate a little bit more, you'll feel it more through the waist. Maybe right above that hip bone. Do your best to keep the neck long. Try not to let it drop to the shoulder. And if you feel like you have this under control, you can extend the arm up and over. Gently coming up. Now after that stretch, if your lower back is spasming and it's talking to you, just stay still until it stops. And when it does stop, you move to the other side. Starting by sitting nice and tall. Taking your side bend. You may feel that the opposite hip flexor is gripping. Totally natural. Do your best to let it go. And it might take a couple attempts, but eventually it will let go. Gently coming back up. Taking the legs, giving them a nice hug, giving a little rock from side to side. Good. So I'm going to lay down now. Oh, coming flat. Now this next exercise kind of breaks the inversion-free rule because I'm going to move into bridge pose. I feel like the glutes need a little bit more strength again. So that means that the heart and the hips will lift up above the head. I have to think a little deeper about how to modify that for those of you who can't do inversions, those who have glaucoma or heart issues or something else that I'm not listing right now. But I do have some inversion-free videos on my YouTube channel, so you are more than welcome to go. They're all free, and I will be creating more in the future. So this is why I say I need to give a good think about that. Anyway, so moving into the bridge pose, and I'm doing this more for strength through the glutes than I am for the back bend. I'm not concerned this morning with the back bend. I want more strength back here to prevent injury, because when you stretch too much, when you get too much mobility, you can get injuries just as much as if you get too tight. So I'm trying to find that balance. Anyhow, so pressing down through the heels, engaging the core so that there's a little bit of tension between the ribs and the hips. Taking a nice inhale, and then exhale, lifting up and squeezing the glutes at the top. And I'm going to stay for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to lower, keeping the abdominals engaged the same way. I'm not going to let my hips rest on the mat, and I'm going to exhale and squeeze up again. And then stay for 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. 1, 2, 3. Actually, the heart's not really over the head, is it? It is an inversion, though. It's technically an inversion. 2, 3. So those of you that do practice inversion free, let me know if you try this, if this helps you or hurts you or what. Let me know how it feels. So then I know whether or not to include it into future practices. And I have no idea how many of these I've done so far. So I'm going to do a few more. Just for good measure. Got it gently lowering down. We're going to rest now. Get a little windshield wiper with the legs. And then I'm going to bring myself into butterfly position again. If you've been practicing with me in the mornings, then I think you probably know where I'm going with this. So I'm going to take another bridge lift. So my legs are in the butterfly position. I'm flexing the ankles and activating my feet, if you can see, to make sure that the pinky edges of my feet are ready to take some weight. My arms are down by the sides and I'm pressing into the floor that way as well. So same thing, just with the legs in an outward rotation. Staying for 1, 2, lowering it down but not touching the mat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to do 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Gently lowering down. Oh, I think I'm going to hug the legs in this time and give a little rock from side to side. Give a good shake. I'll make my way into Shavasana for a few breaths. here. Starting to energize the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Giving a nice stretch through the body. And hugging the knees in towards the chest. Giving a little rock from side to side. And then rolling onto your right side into fetal position. And gently press yourself up to a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed and either letting the hands rest on your thighs or you can press them together at your heart center. Just taking a few moments here, checking in one last time before we finish our practice. How you're feeling. Check in with your breath. And maybe giving a few moments of gratitude. Something you're thankful for this morning, or this evening, or this afternoon, wherever you are in your day. I hope you have a beautiful day. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. So thanks for joining me again this morning. The month is halfway through, so I hope that you are doing well, that you're adjusting, and I think that's all I gotta say for now. See you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. Bye.